Hello. It's that's the thing. Accent Core plus R episode 0.63. It's I think Friday the 4th. Oh
Yeah,
God, is this? No, it's not. It's March. Oh, thank God.
it's the start. It's the start of spring.
Okay, good. That's
It's
actually
here.
good. I had to pull some weeds the other day. Like
Oh
I
man, I'm gonna have to start
yeah.
like planting and stuff.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta pull out like the dead bushes and hopefully get the kind that don't die and put more of those in. We have like a sampler
Yeah,
platter of like shrubs, and I think three of them, like out of the seven, three lived, one kind of lived, and then the other like three just died. So I want the ones that like can mostly survive. I think one of them was my fault because I didn't know you were supposed to water the shrubs.
hello. Hey.
Oh, Drew,
Is it
we're,
working?
we're,
Can
we're
you?
we're talking about the hot news of I'm talking like spring is coming in and about the shrubs and bushes and how like you're supposed to water them at least like
For, oh,
well because there's like a point in the summer where it didn't or it's fall or whatever we got those things where like it didn't rain for a couple weeks and you're supposed to like go out there with the hose and spritz them
Yeah, you got to water your plants.
and I didn't do that until too late which killed one of them but I think I was in time enough that the rest, what, three survived. So we're under half, but that's a learning experience.
Yep. We have the problem of like all the plants we have, and then the apartment we have. There's not really an indoor place where cats couldn't access plants that they don't need to eat because they're poisonous to cats. But they
oh
don't
yeah.
care because it's delicious.
No, well, yeah,
So a lot of our plants just died from the winter.
yeah.
It's just it's like, oh, is that aloe vera in the
Mm.
windowsill? I don't mind if I do.
Ooh, what is this? Is this a lily? Mmm, delicious. My
And
compliment to the chef.
I
Wah!
I prepared a big thing of like cat grass for a fat cat, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna love this. And then like it all died. I'm like, what happened? Oh, she just lays down in it and smothered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Also, are
I
we
got,
recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, we're kind of
Yeah.
rolling
No, this
through.
is just this is what we're doing.
Okay.
Like, there's a
Just
bunch
double
of
checking.
listen. There's world news. There's nerd news, but I want to
Uh,
start. I want to start things off with like shrub news.
the
So,
most important news.
one of our cats was just like one day before we moved, just like we heard this like squeaking coming from him, and he throws up like a whole palm leaf, like stem and all. And it's like, just how did you do this? Why did you
Yeah.
think this was a good idea?
Well, they didn't. There was some like internet clickbait article that was going along that was like cats' brains have gotten smaller over time after becoming domesticated.
Yeah,
That
no,
sounds right.
really,
Because
they
it's just
have.
like, no, we just can become stupider. We don't need we don't even
Just
need to
it,
do tricks. We don't need to do nothing.
it's just that line from Bloodborne, just that sickening sweet aroma, except it's plant that they don't need to eat.
Oh yeah, they love it.
Like, oh, is this for me?
Yeah.
Obviously, it must. I know you're trying to grow something, but I'm pretty sure this is for me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So
It's a lot easier with dogs because
Yes.
the worst you have to deal with is like maybe they'll eat some grass, and it's like you got a 25% chance they're going to throw it back up at best.
Yeah. It's like dogs. The problem is you want to give them table scraps and you shouldn't.
oh, you should. There's so many like dog rules. Dog you have to take care of, and you have to nip behaviors early. And I think people and to do that you have to be the discipline. And I think people do not like being the discipline. Like, listen, you gotta tell that dog no if it's jumping up on people when it's a puppy. And you gotta scold that dog every time it does it. Because it'll learn. It's smart. It'll figure it out, like, pretty quickly. But you gotta...
It's a literal child. It'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll figure it out. But you gotta... Because some people's like, no, I just like the dog. And just let it, like, lay on, like, the bed. It's like, no. It has to live in its crate. Because sometimes whenever it gets cold or something, you gotta put it in the crate at night. Yeah. I mean, there's still like a dog bed in there.
Oh no, it's still like you gotta sleep in the crate sometime. But like, hey, you know what? It's cold tonight. Come on, get on the bed with us.
Well, yeah, but you gotta make sure that the dog can go into crate and it's fine. That's what I'm trying to get.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like
to go in for travel or other purposes. It has to understand crate okay.
I will go in there and I can take a nap and it's not going to be the end of the world.
Oh my god. But meanwhile, the cat, you have its travel carrier to like take it places, and it hates it and won't go in it. But then if the door's just open on it and it's just laying in a room, it'll just go sleep in there.
Yeah.
It's like a new area. I love this.
I have to like assemble this stupid thing around Stinky because I cannot put her into the crate, and even though it has like a top loader or whatever, not gonna work. You have to like take off the top, put her in, and then kind of put the top over it, and then like screw it back together. It is.
She's handy capable.
Yeah. So Elden Ring.
Vampire Survivors.
Vampire Survivors is pretty good.
I played a lot of that game.
I think it's really good for like 20. It's like, yo, you got 30 minutes or less. You got between 10 to 30 minutes.
Oh, I played for multiple hours yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you've played way more than me. I'll play it like a little bit. It's one of those like I watched the Red Letter Media Hour video, but I'm not ready to go to bed. I have about 30 minutes, so I'm like, yeah, I'll do like a couple runs of Vampire Survivors, and then I'll go to bed.
Panda is the best character.
I think I just unlocked the Panda or whatever.
Yeah.
I was disappointed with Stinky Old Man, even though
I have not played.
He starts with garlic, which I feel is really good, but like it kind of doesn't do the job on him. I've only unlocked the first 2 areas. I haven't unlocked Area 3 yet.
So Area 3 is fine. It's harder. But to me, the real joy is Hyper Mode. Hyper Mode is so good.
I haven't unlocked Hyper Mode either.
You get more cash, and everything is faster. Oh, and more XP. You get more cash and more XP, but everything is faster, including you. Okay. It's like putting turbo mode on Marvel 2.
Good. I like that game. I like the library better because I feel like it ramps up way higher. And if you get like a piercing weapon, you feel like a god.
So, Rune Tracer is my favorite. The bouncy spear.
I hate the Rune Tracer, except I appreciated it once I got to the library because there's actually walls for it to bounce from, and I'm like, oh, okay.
It's also just once you get the duplicator item, you'll also be happy. That is just the dagger guy, his special ability, but as an item.
Yeah, there's some stuff, and I got like, I was doing a lot. I think that game's good. It's really it's a good $3 game.
Yep. But yeah, so Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's good. It is a Dark Souls. I think a lot of people are seeing it. It's interesting seeing the reaction to it. So Elden Ring spoilers or whatever. I beat the boss that was on the network test or whatever. I think it's like Margaret. You've seen him.
Margaret.
Yeah, I call him Margaret. You beat.
Yep, it's me again, Margaret.
Yeah, it's Margaret. He has like a lot of arms, has some gold hammers and stuff. It's like the first boss that people go fight way too early. And yo, that's a Dark Souls. I think it's good. I think there are some issues with it, or not even issues with it. It's just like choices in that game that I think I can understand why people will hate it, and I think that is completely justified. There's no like, oh man, this is unequivocally 10 out of 10 greatest of all time. It's like, nah, there's some Dark Souls stuff in here that can be incredibly frustrating. Like, for example, I'm playing the prisoner because I wanted to have a rapier and summon swords. So hopefully my end game build will be Virgil. That's the goal, is to be going with my katana and summon swords, and I'm going to be doing it. I have the summon swords.
I need more maidens.
Exactly. You got to get your maidens. And she's a 3-finger maiden, because you can tell on her eye there's 3 fingers, like on her like closed eye, when the regular church is the 2-finger maiden. So there might be something going on there.
I think some lore videos have already talked about that.
Kevin. Yeah, I'm talking about, like, I watched that Vati video and he goes into depth about like the 3 fingers and the 2 fingers.
Yeah.
And I was like, good, thank you, Vati. I don't understand that at all. I just need to become the Elden lore. But anyway, so like it kind of sucks if you're going the sorcery build, because the faith build, once you get to Round Table Hold, which is the kind of like teleport hub area.
Dead place.
Yeah, it's your nexus, your central location. It's not on the map, and what's cool is that attacking is disabled while you're there, so there's no accidental I swung the thing and attacked someone.
Oh,
it's pretty. Goodness. Yeah, it's like oh, that's cool, but in there, like, they have the faith vendor, like the priest who's gonna sell you like the miracles or incantations. But the sorcery vendor ain't there. Like, the blacksmith guy is there, so if weapons get upgraded, there's like, but nah, if you want to find the sorcery vendor, you gotta go east of the dragon swamp. That first.
I mean, don't spoil things.
No, I'm spoiling this because I had to look it up online.
Yeah, go ahead. You gotta go to the cliff and you gotta crouch for 5 seconds until a whirlwind comes and picks you up and carries you to the sorcerer vendor.
Okay, yeah. So like
Kevin had to look at the game fact.
I've had to look at the game fact several times for this game. I am a scrub because I'm such a scrub that I would not have known that to buy a better one sorcery, what you gotta do is there's the dragon swamp. Yeah, you gotta stop all the ghosts here to fight for me and you. But so what you gotta do is it's kind of south of it's on the path southeast of the dragon swamp, south of the first grace, below that the little caravan. Before you go up into the castle, you know where it is.
Oh, okay. Also, real quick, Nolan, have you played this yet?
No, I haven't started, but I've seen like the first areas.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have not played it at all yet.
The spoilers I'm talking about are like within network test or whatever. This is stuff that, like, if you watched any pre-release, you're gonna see. But I'm just telling people that if you want to buy sorceries, because it's nowhere and no one has said anything, so you got to go on the road east of the dragon swamp down. You'll find a rune, like a ruined area filled with poisonous flower monsters. There's a really big one that makes spells appear above you and it shoots down at you. You should be able to kill it pretty easily with your spells if you're a magic man. because it doesn't move at all. And then you go, after you kind of clear it out, there's like a staircase down, and then you have to fight a boss. And after you fight the boss and kill it, you're allowed to talk to a lady in the back room, and she'll sell you sorceries.
Oh.
And this is like, and I'm like, this is so involved, but I can see how frustrating it would be because there's no hints or anything. Or at least I haven't found like NPCs like, have you checked out the sorceress witch whatever who lives in the basement of the flower ruins? Like, no. There's not like an arcane crystal or anything. It's like, no. I found a random scroll in like a path, and then I gave it to her, and then that's how I got 4 summon swords. But
Are there like other player like messages not being left?
I'm not playing online because I don't have PlayStation Plus, which this could also be part of the.
That's fine.
This could also be like why I had to go on the Game Facts to figure this out. Because there might have been a bunch of signs going like sorcery left on the road or whatever.
And no, it's mostly going to be Tri-Finger Butthole.
Yeah, Tri-Finger Butthole, Dog, and Never Give Up Skeleton.
Yeah.
Because I was curious, why'd you went? I thought you got a beefy PC, Kevin. Why aren't you a PC gamer now?
Oh, because I looked online to see. I always look online with these kind of games to make sure it would work, and PC was having frame troubles, like severe. Mm-hmm. Also, my PC's not that beefy. It was like it would have been beefy in like 2019, but now it's like above average.
There was Giant Bomb coverage was talking about like there's enough settings that you can like drop it down to look like Bloodborne, basically.
Yeah.
On PC.
Yeah, I just don't like fiddling. If I can just play on like a PlayStation, I'll do it.
Yep.
And I really PCs. It's kind of like I use it for MMOs, which I'm still playing Lost Ark. It's kind of bad. And it gets progressively like a little worse every day, but I still kind of like it because it's Diablo. It's like it's weird, but yeah, Elden Ring is pretty good. It's pretty good. I think that there's enough soul stuff in there, combined with the open world, that like, I think my biggest frustration is in Soul and like Dark Souls and Bloodborne stuff, there's like missable things, but I don't like it when it's like necessary things that are just missable, and it's like, well, didn't do that, and it's kind of like, well, how am I supposed to figure that out? Drew had to go or something, maybe his phone did, whatever.
Okay, there you
go. Yeah, he's back. But it's just like, and I like it. I'd probably give the game so far like a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10. There's some frustrations.
No, it's got to earn that 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right now, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. I just think in some aspects the Souls formula, when applied to such a huge thing, I get the frustration. Oh, at least for me, going the magic build. I feel like if you're just going like warrior, like big strength, big armor, you're gonna be doing just fine, because it's just like, you open a chest and then they drop like a hammer or a big sword, and you're like, cool. There you go.
Well, it's too big to be called a sword.
That's in there. I saw that thing, that sucker who looks exactly like
I saw the
it.
flip for it. I'm like, fuck yes.
Also, there's just Wolfman Guts who's in there.
Oh, great.
You see him at a loading screen. He is literally just Guts. He has one eye that's like with a scar over it that's closed. His head is a wolf man, and he's like a good, like it looks like he's 10 feet tall. And like if your average person's like 6 foot around there, he's like it looks like he's 10 foot tall standing over you, and he's very polite and chill. And you see him doing like the beast, the berserk armor wolf pose on top of like a ruined tower or whatever, and you're like, oh, I see what you're doing.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm glad they included that.
Oh yeah.
I saw things like that was like, oh, they're like putting some secret messages from the Berserk creator into Elden Ring, and it's like, yeah, no duh.
Yeah, have you played a Dark Souls?
Have you
Dark
ever
Souls.
played a Dark
All
Souls?
of these are just they're Berserk the game. It's been Berserk the game for like 4 games. In most cases, literally. The last boss area of Dark Souls 3 was just the Eclipse with like the dark bleeding sun. It's like,
well, that could be from anything.
Yeah, that could be the Bloodborne brand. I think is just the brand of sacrifice upside down.
No, it's like with like 2 sides removed.
Yeah, it's very.
No, it's obvious.
It's like have you seen it? Have you seen this, guys? Anyway, it's good. I like Elden Ring. I like the horse. I like jumping around. I like that. I like casting magic on the horse. It's pretty fun.
That sounds pretty good.
You get to humiliate the dragon by just riding around it, casting magic missiles at it, and there's really nothing it can do.
Okay, I kind of like that.
Yeah, like it's that's part of the joy of the sorcery build. I think compared to the miracle build is while there is some, you're a little slow starter, but and by slow I mean like it's a little rough until you learn the hint that I told you, which is go to the Flower Ruins east of the Dragon Swamp and find that vendor so you can buy some of like the good spells instead of like your prisoner delayed summon sword, which is good in PvP but real bad in like against some of these monsters that just dash everywhere. But you solve that problem because you can buy like a homing spell. And that one.
Oh, I thought. When do you get to buy X Factor?
I don't know. You do get a Shinku Hadouken at some point.
When do you get your your devil trigger or your dragon install?
Oh, there is literally dragon installs. That's if you're faith. That's if you're faith build. Faith build gets to turn into the dragon.
I want to pray to Jesus and get transformed into a dragon.
Oh, it's cool. The dragon spells are really cool. I was thinking about doing that, but I went with magic because I saw a lot of people doing the faith build, and I like to feel like a special snowflake.
Oh,
faith
I always do faith builds. Faith
build has like eye lasers that drive you insane. That like give you the madness frenzy debuff from Bloodborne if you use them, and your character like screams while they're shooting eye lasers.
Yeah,
it's like if you like that, go Faith. Also, Faith gets pyromancies, miracles, and dragon attacks. Like Faith is so stacked in this game.
It's so great.
Like this game feels like they're like, okay, we're gonna give Faith everything. We're gonna give it pyromancy. We're going to give it dragon attacks. We're going to give it the madness stuff. Yo, you want heals? Faith gots it. You want like good weapon? You want to build like a strength Faith build? Oh, we got a bunch of early game monsters you can kill. They'll give you like Faith swords and crap. You want to be like a Faith spear? We got you. Like it's what I'm trying to say is like from my rough estimation, Faith is the way to go. You either want strength Faith or dex Faith or just Faith, but man, you get some cool stuff. I just get like magic missile. All right, moving on. New Pokemon's got announced.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon Violet and Scarlet.
Scarlet. We
Uh,
got we got Weed Cat. We got
we got
Alligator.
Yeah, we got
And we got Donald
Horpho.
Duck.
Yeah, we got Horpho, Donald Duck, and Weed Cat.
Listen, Nintendo, if you're listening, and we know you are,
Yeah,
we're coming for you.
I see what you did.
That was the trademark of that thing.
That's my
LLC.
Pokemon. You just turned it red and drew it good.
No, you know what's gonna happen is Kevin's gonna get a DMCA
Cease and
notice
desist from Nintendo. Oh, I would take that to court. And I think I would win it. I think I would win it pretty easily because they'd say like, "All right, what happened?" And I'm like, "Here's from 2016 or whatever."
No, you wouldn't, Kevin, because Nintendo's money would keep it tied up forever.
Oh,
it would
shit,
never
you're
actually
right.
go to court.
Honestly, they could probably like buy me off with like a plush. Like if they, like the amount of like legal effort that would take would be effectively zero.
Kevin, you got to hold out for 3 plushes. You got to remember me and Nolan.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, triple plush, one of each starter. I don't know. I don't, like, and I think it feels weird, and I've seen a lot of talk about it, but I think it hits extra hard. How like the new game to me looks exactly like Sword and Shield. Maybe not exactly, but it's like the Pokemon models are the same, the human models are the same, and the environments look kind of the same. Like it's different Europe. We're going to Spain instead of England, but it's still kind of like it looks like the same game.
Oh no! Like just from some of the previews they have, it looks like they've kind of upped a lot of the graphical qualities in a lot of the Pokemon. I mean, sure, they're like the same model.
Yeah, it's the same model. There's shadering them up a little bit, but it's just
added some details on them.
Yeah, I think it's just it's like Game Freak has not figured out.
It's too soon.
It's I don't like.
I don't. This could just like I don't know. This definitely could just have been expansion on Sword and Shield.
If that's what I'm trying, I think Drew nailed it. Where this feels like it's kind of like, why is this its own standalone game if you're not doing something drastic? Like it looks like I'm playing the same game.
Like straight up, they should just be stealing the like World of Warcraft MMORPG model of nope, you're just paying full price for like a full game's worth of expansion.
But basically what they could do is just go and hey, I think Pokemon is frustrating because I feel like it still makes money, so why improve or add people to it? Because like what the game that game desperately needs either optimization or just more people trying to get it to work or something. Because I don't think the Pokemon formula is bad. It's just that graphically and performance wise, that thing is struggling. I mean, even
hey, they're finally having some real competition coming out, Kevin.
Yeah, with Pal World.
Yeah, Pokemon being forced into slave labor.
Pal World coming in. Yeah, that's also the problem is there's no competitor in a Pokemon. There's just none. I like Digimon.
Digimon they don't make games anymore.
That's which is like I feel Digi but it's oh god, I'm so frustrated about there's no Digimon games because it's like I really liked Cyber Sleuth a lot and I was like this game is fantastic and then they never made another one. Like nah. It's like, but you made like Digimon Persona and it worked, and they're like, yeah, like it was critically acclaimed. Like, yeah, you gonna make another one?
Yeah, it
no.
did.
Why would we make another one?
Listen, if you want that, you just play that one again. It's right there.
Yeah, we released it on like the PlayStation 5 or whatever, like the double pack with like the pseudo expansion hacker memory or whatever, where you just play as like the other kid. You play as Sasuke in that one.
Well, that sucks. I don't want to play Sasuke. That guy sucks.
Yeah. But I don't get it. It's right there, Digimon. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you afraid you're gonna get yokai watched? Like I don't know, it's just everything fails to Pokemon. And I like Pokemon. But at this point, I'm just kind of so lukewarm on it. I don't know, man.
Oh, apparently Horfo's name is Fuecoco.
Oh, that's a good one.
Weed Cat is Sprigatito. I like Sprigatito.
So it's Tito.
And Quaxley.
Yo, Quaxley. That's a
Old
good
Donald
name.
Duck.
It's a good name. I almost always go with the fire starter.
He's
I
an
was
apple.
Water. Yeah.
I usually go fire, sometimes grass.
He's a pepper. That's why he's hot.
I mean, I have to go with the Horfo. It's weird because like I feel like I'm saying all these complaints about Pokemon, but I'm also the problem because I've just resigned myself that I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it.
I'm just gonna be upset about it.
No, I'm probably gonna have like a good time with it, and then I'm gonna put it away. Like I did the same with Sword and Shield. I played that game. I enjoyed myself. I finished it, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Didn't buy the DLCs. I'm like, okay.
No, I'm not gonna buy DLC.
No.
I'm playing other games. I had my Pokemon adventure. I'm done until the next.
Did you
one.
get Ultra? Did you get Ultra Sun and Moon? Or Moon, I should say.
Oh, no.
I did, but that was at a time when like that was a mistake. Ultra Sun and Moon was the most burnt I've been on a Pokemon game because it's literally like exactly the same.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did not get it, even though I didn't even like Moon that much.
I thought Sun was enjoyable. I didn't think it was that great though.
I think there are elements in Sun and Moon like thematically that were great, but in practice were not. I think it was way like they wanted to have a more linear Pokemon experience, and then it just didn't kind of work because the story doesn't really matter.
But like those games are already linear. I don't even get that argument. Like,
well, what I mean is like in terms of linear, I mean like the game was like instead of like there are points in like Red and Blue where you can like, are you gonna surf down to here? Are you gonna go over here? Like are you gonna go through the Diglett cave? Are you gonna get your bike and go down and skip like a city or whatever? It's not like incredibly advanced or whatever, but in Sun and Moon you'd be like, all right, you're on Route 3, and in Route 3 we're gonna block off the exit to the other route. Like, you can't even go over there. There's, like, just a man standing there with a gate. It says, you cannot come over here. Walk down the hallway. And then you walked down the hallway.
Area closed from criminal activity.
But it wasn't even like you're walking down the hallway or whatever. Like, you're watching a cutscene where your character is, like, walking down the hallway, looks to the left and goes, I cannot go over there. There's someone blocking the way, and then you get to play and like walk 3 feet. There's a lot of oh god.
it just I feel like Nintendo is getting better now, but there for a huge chunk of time, the tutorializing in a Nintendo game was terrible.
It still was. I watched that Pokemon Arceus game, and it's like 2 hours. It's like an hour to 2 hours of like, here, let me explain what's going on.
Like,
here, I really need to explain what's going on.
What do you want to say, Nolan?
Oh, no. That's exactly it, which is, why is there not just a, like, dialogue things like, do you want to skip this? Or do you already know how to catch Pokemon? Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I'm definitely not saying old games are better, but I just think about how many games were like, well, if they want to know how to play it, they should have read the instruction book that came with the game. And how many kids just sat down and just started playing it and just like, okay, well, let's figure this out.
I feel like
Metroid didn't tell you how to play. Metroid didn't tell you where to go.
So why can't Metroid crawl?
why can't
Yeah.
Metroid crawl? I don't know. People figured out the original Pokemon Red and Blue.
Man, I was stuck inside the house the first time I booted it up for a chunk of time. I swear I tried to walk through the carpet leading outside and nothing happened.
Yeah, I think that I remember it was one in you could tell in it might have been Ruby and Sapphire where they put like an arrow pointing down on like the exit to teach people to walk down toward that to exit like a building or a house or something. I want to say
Yeah.
it was one of those where like they're going, nah, we've heard. It's just like I don't know. I just don't want to sit through like the tutorial, especially like I think even worse than the tutorial is like the story tutorial when you're trying to like really explain to me like baby's first story. And I understand like the game can be for kids, but I think kids can figure out go to the mountain and defeat the Pokemon. You don't need to tell me that like for 20 minutes. Of like, no, but for real though, you need to go to the mountain and defeat the Pokemon. The mountain sure looks strange. I wonder if the Pokemon is there. Who knows? Pokemon have been acting weird. Maybe the mountain is to blame. It's like just I
Oh,
get.
like we keep thinking of like when we were kids, how hard games were to like understand. Kids today are just like blowing through games
Yeah.
with much more complicated stories and mechanics than us.
I saw that Brisky video talking about he's an old man playing Fortnite against kids.
That
Building a
video,
hotel.
that bricky video about him being impressed about Apex, like I love it so much because like you watch it and you think it's gonna be him complaining like, I don't know, I'm just really not into like battle royales or whatever. But it's like no. And then he goes into being like, I'm an old man. I'm gonna have to play Endless Space 2, and I started laughing because I also have this Endless Space 2 installed on my computer.
God damn it! That's me too.
It's like it's the games he said were specifically the ones that like I've been installing and playing. I'm like, yeah, he gets it. It's like now I gotta play like the turn-based strategy games now because I can't do it. I can't headshot anymore. I'm like, such a good feeling. I was like,
You lost that killer
it.
instinct you had as like a 16-year-old.
Yeah, well,
I'm just
can't do it.
just lost
Can't do
it.
it. I played Halo. I was good at Halo. Not anymore. That's okay. I've accepted it.
I've been in the war too long.
Yeah. I finished
I'm
the
getting
fight.
too old.
Too old for that.
You're Solid Snake getting out of that truck.
God, I'm Solid Snake trying to smoke the cigarette and then he can't.
You can't.
That's the part that got me in that whole entire game. Was when he was talking with Meryl, an old Solid Snake pulls out the cigarette, tries to smoke it, coughs too much, and then puts it away. And I'm like, oh, because it's like, he couldn't even do that. Zatch Bell's coming back. Let's go.
You know who's got the power.
You know who's gonna cast that spell. Oh, I'm so hyped. I mean, even though Zatch Bell had like a very conclusive ending.
Well,
it had such a conclusive ending. Everything was wrapped up. It was good to go.
I'm wondering if this is going to be set in the same world, but it's another Momoto battle. Like, it's not Zatch.
My theory, and it's because I'm an idiot and very basic, is exactly the only way for this to go in my brain is exactly what I expect for Chainsaw Man 2, where part 1 was about the demons, part 2 is about the angels. Because all the Momoto kids are demon kids. They're Makai kids. But they were translated as, like, Zatch has little Oni horns underneath his hair, but they don't really talk about it. That was in like episode 1. So all I can see is like we had the battle to be the demon king, and now we're gonna have the battle to be the angel king, and it's gonna turn out that Zatch's mom was like an angel, so he technically qualifies for both, and now he's entered into that one. So him and Kyo have to like, now you're back in it. Get some weird angel kids Zatch has to beat up, and he's gonna team up with like all the old Momotos to fight him. I have this scene in my head perfectly visualized where Zatch is allowed to call an ally for like to battle some really strong angel, and Kyo's like, we should go with Brago because he was like the second and he was the toughest, and Zatch is just gonna say Ponygon, let's go. And Ponygon's gonna show up and Kyo's gonna get mad and I'm gonna
I need a powerful mount.
I need my most trusted and powerful ally, and it's just gonna be Ponygon, and you're gonna be like, why?
It's gonna be
could have picked anyone else.
And oh, we need Falco on this. It's like, no.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Falgore. He's
I'm
gonna
out.
come back. I'm excited. I like
Hey,
Jasper a
let's
lot.
dance all day.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
it's gonna be Kyo. It's gonna be
reboot.
Kyo's like, oh no, this woman angel with big honkers.
Yeah,
You gotta defeat her.
no, that's the only way to defeat him. No, that could work. Oh, I love Zatch Bell. I love that. I love that show so much. Like
Dude,
it's tonally, in my opinion, perfect. It's not a perfect show or a perfect manga, but I love it. I love the tone. I think it's legitimately funny. I think Raiko, the guy who draws it, has one gimmick that he does exceptionally well, where he draws the dumbest looking character you have ever seen, and then he makes them die like a hero, the biggest hero that there ever was, and you're like feeling so many emotions, like oh, here's the stupid perverted bunny rabbit man who sucks, and then he goes out like a champion. Like a super champion, and at the end he goes, I'm gonna save it, and you're like, oh god. And like almost every character in that show will do that, or manga will do that. They go out like heroes. Love it.
And then Barry Mellon's around.
Yeah, Victorine, who keeps showing up.
They're like, please leave. And he says no.
Victorine rules because the fact that the artist, that Raiko, or I think that's his name, he just kept putting him in the manga because people kept asking him to do it. Like in all like the mailbags, they keep asking about Victorine, so he just kept putting him in there. He goes, no, I don't care. People seem to love him. So that's why he just kept showing up and kept coming back as this one random guy whose head's a V. His fight is
So
also like, that's what I like. The show is so stupid, but it's so emotional, and I think it's hyper emotional because every character is just dumb, and like it's when like a dumb comic relief character has something serious in heart, it's more heartbreaking than like a serious character. Not all the time.
Whoever heard of a sad clown?
Yeah. And the fact that they're all like cry, oh man, it's good. It's good.
It's like, we gotta distract them. All right, make them sing a song. All right.
It's the
Now
fact,
jump them.
yeah, like during his song, and then they all just attack him, and like I think one of them was just like stomping on his nuts, just like hard, like they just went straight down, and the guy was like, stop it, please, I'm dying.
Zatch Bell's coming back, and I'm still sitting here like, It's been so long since there's been a new Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, that's listen. It's far more probable for Zatch Bell to rebirth than Hunter x Hunter getting a new chapter.
Yeah,
Like, if you want to know if we have truly hit the end times, if the true end of the world nuclear devastation is arrived, you'll be waking up one morning, you'll go to like Shonen Jump mangascans.com, it'll say new chapter Hunter x Hunter, and then the bomb drops.
No, it's not even going to be that. You're going to get an update from the Shonen Jump Twitter account saying Hunter x Hunter starting back up this week, and then the day before the issue drops, the bomb drops.
Okay.
You hear the sirens immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, there was so much time. There was so much time. Oh god.
You'll see like the announcement, and then like it'll be like fans have been wondering what Hisoka's been doing, and they're gonna find out. It's like
The same day you're gonna. All right, George has the final book out, guys. Get ready.
yeah. Oh no, yeah. I think George putting out the book is far more likely than Hunter x Hunter coming back.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Hunter x Hunter coming back is like the absolute bottom. Like there are almost any nerd fantasy or revival whatever to me has a better chance than like I can't think of
Hunter.
I can't think of one less other than like even like Mura coming back from the dead, and it turns out they found like he finished Berserk and it's like in his like a storage locker, and like,
Yeah.
I feel like that is somehow more likely.
It is more likely they'll end The Simpsons before there's a new chapter of Hunter x Hunter.
Oh yeah. It's the most unlikely thing. I think anything and everything can come back. Or get like a sequel or get finished properly. So Drew, you saw live action Ghost in the Shell. How was that?
Oh my god, that fucking movie.
Great, right? It's fantastic, right?
Oh my god. And like, okay, so first and foremost, I will say, yeah, you shouldn't compare mediums, and like you shouldn't compare an adaptation to the source material. But this movie is trying so hard to remind you of the source material with like every shot it does.
Yeah, just like Netflix
And,
Cowboy Bebop, where it's trying to compare itself to the superior thing at all times.
And it's just constantly misunderstanding the original one on every front.
Also, I think it's more damning with Ghost in the Shell and Cowboy Bebop, where there has been live action sci-fi cyberpunk stuff that has like we can do it. This isn't like an American studio trying to adapt. Like Dragon Ball Evolution, we can all know was a train wreck. But most American martial arts films are train wrecks. So I'm not like completely
Blown away.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're trying to do something you're not in your wheelhouse, but like Ghost in the Shell.
Well, literally, you know what you do for that movie? You say Ridley Scott's Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
Like, we've done cyborgs and robots a lot. There's been a lot of that.
Oh my
we can do, like, I mean, what I'm trying to get is it's possible from a technical standpoint.
Why did they make up that like mom doctor character for the movie?
Oh, I haven't seen the movie, and I will
listen,
not.
You already know my story with Ghost in the Shell, where I tried to watch it 3 separate times and just gave up because it was I hated it and it was so boring.
Like it's just oh my god, like multiple times through the movie I was like, okay, I just have to judge it for what it is and not what like the good one is. And then immediately it would just be like the cool chanting music, and all it's just like showing the same footage of just like Tokyo. Like it would just do an exact shot from the animated movie. And
Shot for shot remake.
like I tweeted it, but it is like Zack Snyder's Watchmen impressive. To do a shot-for-shot remake, but somehow avoid all the depth of the original. It is a talent that few possess. Oh my god. Well, I gotta go back to work.
Okay. Before you go, I saw Beverly Hills Cop for the first time.
Oh
wait.
yeah.
Yes.
I like that movie. It was good.
It's good, right?
It's really good.
Like, what if I told you there are like 3 more of those that are just as good,
Well,
and then 2 more of those that are like in less quality?
well, we're gonna do like it's good. I watched that movie with my dad, and it was good. I thought it held up really well.
What if I told you you're going to hear that same theme song?
But that theme song is
over
so good.
over and over again, and
it's always good.
You're not going to get tired of it.
It's like perfect. It's so good. Like they nailed it. They nailed it and they knew it. You could tell that like the guy he just looked at himself and said like I've peaked. The composer.
I don't think there's a better Eddie Murphy movie than the Beverly Hills Cop series.
It's really good. It was on HBO Max, so like I watched it.
See, now so here's the thing I'm surprised about. I'm surprised this is your first time watching it.
Well,
because it's been on like an eternal rerun on Comedy Central for maybe the last 10 years.
It's like there are people, and I try to. There are so many movies and stuff that you will have like obvious blind spots in your cinematography. Like if that makes sense.
That does.
Like you'll see a bunch of 80s action movies and then you'll realize, oh, I never saw that one. It's like, oh, I never saw Fifth Element somehow. Like I saw all the other ones, but not that.
I've never seen Sixth Sense.
I have also not seen Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
But but you know, there are movies where like, yeah, I haven't seen it. And sometimes it's one of the like you'll see someone and they'll be like, I never saw Star Wars. It's like, yeah, that's fine.
So, listen, okay. So here's the blind spot for me. Nikki had never seen Star Wars before.
Yeah.
But I had never seen Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that like it's just there's so much crap that you'll have like, oh, I never saw the big thing. I don't think I've still seen like Avengers Endgame.
It's fine. I mean, like watch the final scene of it. You'll get it. That's all that matters.
I think at some point I'll probably watch through the Marvel movies, but I got other stuff. I gotta go watch like I think other action. Like I need to watch Lethal Weapon. I've never seen.
Oh man.
So like there's stuff where I'm like, man, I haven't like. I need to. There's 80s action movies I have not seen, so I have to brush up on it.
Dude, 1, 2, and 3 are great, and then 4 is okay.
I usually in films once you start getting around like, once you hit 4, I'm like, okay.
All right, you're done. Come on.
1 and 2 is usually fine. Sometimes 1 and 3, with like because they mess up 2 and then they just return to 1 for 3. That'll happen occasionally.
Yeah.
But once you start your sequels start going, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Unless they're the Death Race movies where every sequel is terrible and I love them. I love those movies. They're bad.
Well, it's never started in a good spot, but it kept going.
Oh, I've seen every Death Race. I saw like the 1970s one, which is just pretty good. Stallone's in it.
Huh.
Yeah. I think it was like his first role. It's pretty good. Like Death Race 2000.
I might have to look at that.
It's a 70s movie, but it's like pretty good. And then there's the Jason Statham one, which is good as a bad Jason Statham movie, and bad with hot quotation marks.
You fuck with me, we'll see who shits on the sidewalk.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a one-liner right there.
It's great.
That's up there with some motherfuckers try to ice skate uphill.
Yeah. And then the direct to DVD sequels of Death Race are all bad, but I love them. Like one of them just had like the clown arena for some reason, and I'm like, yeah, this is okay. I caught like dumb Mad Max, but it's like the formula is just here's these weirdos driving a car and they're all going to explode in the car at some point. It's like, okay. Anyway, Elden Ring's pretty good. You got anything else?
The only other thing I kind of did is I want to give big props because one of my boys got off the other day.
What's that?
He was in trouble with the cops, but DNA evidence exonerated him. Just give a big shout out to my boy Hank the Tank.
Hank,
out there, living free.
Hank the Tank turned out to be 3 bears.
Living the dream. My boy got off. All right, he got acquitted.
It wasn't him.
It wasn't him. He didn't. Everyone in the courtroom. Oh, thank God. Oh.
Finally, a legend continues to live.
I
like that fat bear.
I love that fat bear so much. I can't stop giggling every time I look at his picture.
Because he's so fat.
He's so fat.
It's like I understand. My brain can understand that Hank the Tank, if I were to encounter him, would be one of the scariest things you would ever seen. Because that thing is going to be like 400 pounds. That's a big old bear.
You think you'd be scared of him, and then you hear the stories like, oh yeah, no, he's sweet. He doesn't growl. He just wants to eat food, and that's it.
Yeah, but
he'll leave you alone.
But still, it's just a big old bear.
Oh. Everyone was fighting for his defense. Oh, that's like one of the most uplifting things for me this whole week.
Yeah,
it's like that. But more importantly, I finally finished Letterkenny.
Yeah,
season 10.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell Drew that my dad's basically, we're still working on it, and my dad basically said the only episode you should watch is the one with Shorzy, because that seems to be like the transition where Shorzy leaves.
Okay, then we're on the same page, because the Shorzy episode, not the Vidvock half, which is garbage. Throw that in the trash because I skipped all of it. Just the Shorzy bit where it's like, oh, he's like, yeah, Shory's a dickhole, but he works hard. He wants to win. He loves hockey. Yeah, and I'm like, damn, yeah, I love that.
I just remember the YouTube comment of someone saying that every hockey team has a Shorzy, and they're either a total dick or the heart of the team. Usually both. Where it's like they're just the worst person you've ever seen, but they're the heart and soul of the team, and they're usually both at the same time, because it's like, oh, this person. But yeah.
Well, there's that, and then I feel like the Noah Dick arc has completed, and they can never do a Noah Dick joke anymore.
Yeah.
They pushed it past the limit. If it happens again, it's no longer going to be funny to me.
Well, I feel like Letterkenny needs a rest, and I feel like Shorzy's what's going on.
Letterkenny needs to just sit around and relax.
Let it simmer. I feel like they should have just
let it simmer. Yeah.
I feel like it needs one more season, and the season is Wayne gets married, and that should be the finale.
Yeah. No more skid stuff.
No.
I'm done with that. I hate that they brought Stuart back. They brought Stuart back and it's like, oh, he's a cool drug dealer in the city. Then hard cut to, oh, he's just back doing his normal.
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
There's no growth in the character.
Yeah, they just erased it. There's a lot of this season where they just erase everything. The plot, they we don't know. It's just done. Don't worry about it. We beat up Dirk. And then that solved the problem. The Bro Dude energy drink just kind of teamed up. Didn't matter.
Yeah, we just passed.
Yeah.
Put that to the side. Who needs conflict?
Yeah, all conflict just got resolved.
Yeah.
And not even like in a good, underwhelming way. Like I'm even okay with that. Where it's just like, nah, that's the realistic way.
Now Anik is just in the area all the time.
Yeah,
Oh
she's just
well, who
there.
cares? Even though we don't like her, but yeah, no, she's
No,
also there, so she's cool.
yeah, she's fine. She's part of the crew, kinda. It's like, but no, she shouldn't be.
We've been through so much. Come on.
Nah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
pitter patter, later days. Give your
Alright.
balls a tug.
Give your balls a tug.
Give your balls a tug.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
Fuck you, O'Reilly. Your mom.
That's the. I hope there's more than that. That's what I want.
I feel like Jared Kiso can like do that forever. Just like with any like, I feel like Shorzy can just like I think he has such an intimate understanding of that character, which is why he like made him a spinoff. Where it's just like, nah, this is what Shorzy would do. He has some good chirps. I do not have good chirps.
I'm not a chirp man either.
No, I can't really do
I
it.
can't throw that at people.
I'm like a delayed chirp man. I'm like the kind of guy where like 3 days later, I'll be like, oh no. I figured it out.
If there's any chirp, I'm the guy in that SpongeBob episode. It's like, hey buddy, you just blowing some stupid town. That's my chirp.
That's it. It's a good, it's a good one.
It.
It's good. It's the old classic. Anyway. Later days. Bye.
Bye. Let's go play some Elden Rings.
Yeah, Elden Ring.